Father's Day. What a lovely day to be thankful that we have our loving fathers in our lives, because there are most people who have never even gotten a chance to meet theirs. This game centers around three protagonists, with two of them being the major ones, Phil, Jonathan, and Henry. I've named them respectively in terms of their importance and will be explaining them one by one. Phil is a patient with multiple personality disorder. Throughout his childhood, he suffered from this disorder, which scared his parents, who thought that he was possessed by a monster that caused him to abuse Phil, which attracted the attention of social services, and they were sent to a psych ward diagnosed with schizophrenia. Phil was then put into foster care, where he hoped that his new parents would accept him as he is, though I doubt that they did. Years later, Phil would grow up and have a wife and child, but they die in a tragic accident, causing Phil to fall into depression, causing him to drink heavily and becoming an alcoholic, which in turn causes his monster personality to manifest, which is a clown that kills people. This clown manipulates Phil into abducting children under the guise that their fathers are monsters and that he could be a better father, though that is not the case, as he ends up killing those kids and hiding their bodies. This goes on for some time until he kidnaps a boy named Peter and keeps him inside of his basement. Soon he gets caught by the police, but they can't get him to reveal anything about the missing children, as Phil himself does not know due to the influence of his clown persona. This causes the police to use an experimental procedure to get the information. This procedure requires two people to hook up their brains inside a machine that joins both of their consciousnesses in a virtual reality simulation, allowing one person to explore the memories of the other. This machine is called the Golden Egg. The first person to get inside of Phil's head is a sergeant named Henry, who explores near the region where Phil worked as a clown. But he goes outside the boundaries of this virtual reality and loses connection with the real world. This causes him to get transported to the region of Phil's mind that is dominated by his clown persona, which eventually traps him in his own nightmare, never to be found again, even though the people who sent him keep searching for him. This is where Henry's story ends. Not a happy one, but the one that instills a dread inside of your mind. Immediately afterwards, Jonathan is sent after Henry. Whereas Henry was a sergeant, Jonathan is the uncle of one of the missing children who used to live near Phil's apartment with his mother. This is probably how he got caught in the first place, as within Phil's memories we see that when he rings the bell to his neighbor's door, she screams loudly, telling him to leave her alone, fearing for her life, unbeknownst to Phil, as he was under the clown's control when he kidnapped her son. And also in a letter written by Jonathan, who actually met Phil in real life and warned his sister that he did not seem right in the head. So Jonathan explores Phil's psyche, which is filled with mannequins and bottles of alcohol and signs of abuse from his early childhood. He navigates through them, searching for clues and avoiding the clown personality that dwells within. Eventually he finds the location of the missing and alive child, but they pull Jonathan out due to data abnormalities. We then switch back to Phil in his apartment, who eventually realizes what he has done and confesses to his crime, giving up the location of the buried children, and eventually gets executed in an electric chair, putting an end to his sad life.